Hey, look who's on line 6.
Richard Jeni.
Opie and Anthony.
What's up?
Richard Jeni.
I got a call from New York. You guys are trashing my material and trashing me and accusing me of all these horrible things.
What? Who said that?
I got a call from New York.
Was it Rich Voss?
No, it wasn't Rich Voss.
Hey, Richard, we got the CD of your latest material on terrorism and what's going on in Afghanistan.
Yeah?
It was horrible.
Really?
It was the worst stuff I've ever heard in my life.
Opie,
what do you think was wrong with it?
I kind of liked it, Opie. I don't understand why you're getting like this.
And you knew it was bad when you were doing it because then you went for the cheap applause, saying, we should rebuild the Trade Center. And then you got your first applause of the CD.
Right.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I was trying to do material about the World Trade Center.
But now you're passing it out to radio stations, and we played it, and we barely commented. We let the material speak for itself. It was horrendous.
Really? See, now, I heard you said it wasn't original or something?
No, we didn't say that.
No, that was Voss's material.
Yeah, we were talking about Rich Voss.
Oh, okay.
We said at least Richard Jeni's trying to write new material. That's what we said about that.
All right.
At least you're trying. But then...
but you didn't like it?
No, it was horrible.
You thought it sucked. People were calling up saying it sucked.
Are you getting big laughs on the road with that stuff?
Right now I'm headlining at New York, and Las Vegas, and it's sold out every night, and people like it. So it just goes to show you, everybody's different when it comes to comedy.
And but we really have a bigger problem than your stupid material.
What's your bigger problem?
You were in this studio, Richard, right?
Yeah.
And you had the chance to talk to Ant and I, right?
Yes.
And speak your mind, right?
You got it.
And you did not do it. And then you went on another radio show and then lapped someone's ass for the whole morning as this guy was talking about shows out there that are clones.
Right.
You're a pussy. You had the chance to say it to our face.
I'm a pussy. I had a chance to say this to your face. First of all, we talked during the break, okay? Your people should know this. We talked during the break, and you said, we're just kidding around up here. This isn't for real, blah, 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 blah. This is what we do. This is our show.
You believe that. You're so stupid. We lulled you in.
Am I supposed to go on
and then you went on
show and defend you guys?
No,
what am I supposed to do?
You're a pussy. Why don't you speak your mind? If you didn't believe what he was saying, then you should have said something. But instead, you're like, that's right, that's right, that's right.
All right, let's see who's a pussy here. Am I a pussy or are you a pussy? You won't even mention the guy's name, speaking of pussy. The guy's name is Howard Stern.
Oh, Howard Stern?
You ripped off his act. You don't do it as well.
Hey,
and
Richard,
if you're so insecure...
Hey, Richard!
What?
Oh, now you're saying that. Why didn't you say it to our face when you're in the studio? That's what I'm getting at.
Why should I say it to you?
You had every chance.
I didn't say it to him either.
If that's what you think of our show, you should have said it while you were sitting here right next to us.
Right,
but
now you're going to tell me what I'm supposed to say on a radio show?
Why not?
I didn't say it on his show either. I didn't mention your name on his show.
Oh, but you sat there and agreed all morning.
Why are you so insecure about it? Because you know what?
You were lapping his butt.
Do you care if I did the Opie and Anthony show? They went, no. They're not our competitors. We don't care. Why is it so important to you?
You were lapping his butt.
I was lapping his butt.
Lapping.
All right. And then and that's why you played my material and made everybody call up and make fun of it for 20 minutes.
No one called
Because you're mad about that.
No one called up.
We didn't
I heard a lot of people called up and
anybody
said,
call.
He sucks. We don't like him. We hate him.
No.
He's terrible. Why do you have him on your show?
Then your spies are wrong because that's not what we did.
That's what I heard.
We said Richard Jeni sent this CD of material. Let's play it.
All right. Well, let me just say, why is it that people like you who don't have any actual comedy talent have to get listeners by making fun of people like me who do have talent?
Yeah, you have a lot of talent. It's obvious.
Hey, I do it by myself, dude. I don't do it with buttons and noises and sound effects and writers and idiots in the studio. I do it by myself.
Writers? Well, maybe you should get a few of those things, Richard.
I don't need them, dude. I've been having a great career without them.
Oh, yeah.
Is that where Platypus Man
was great?
All right, Platypus Man sucked. I'll go with you there.
And it's a radio show. Of course you have other people involved and you play sound effects and stuff. What I'm getting at is I was very disappointed. You begged to be on our show for a long time, right?
I did not beg.
For Ron and Fez, you didn't beg?
Where's the begging? I went to
You want me to get Ron and Fez? Who was calling me
Ron.
every day and saying, Richard really wants to get on. We're like, I don't know if he's going to fit in with what we do, blah, blah, blah. So we finally have you in, and we kind of got along after we messed with you in the hallway, and then you came in.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me in the studio for 2 hours.
Because we don't need you to be, to be funny. We were funny on our own, and then we
Okay,
brought...
but it's not right to say that I begged. Ron and Fed, Ron's a friend of mine.
Dude.
I knew he knew you. I knew you guys had a big audience.
A comedian,
I'm in town to promote something.
I don't think any other comedian begged as much as you did to get on our show. That is a fact.
I went to Ron and I asked him. I says, "Go tell these guys you know me and I'm funny and they'll put me on." I was in town promoting something.
And then
you had a big audience. I wanted to be on your show. How is that begging?
And then I just have a problem with you being a phony. You're on our show. We had kind of a good time with Ron Jeremy and all that. And then like you're on another Howard show. They're going to dump out. That's the reason why we say it another way. And you had the chance to say, "Oh, come on, that's hogwash," but you did it. You just went with it because it probably wouldn't be good for your career to disagree.
I also had a chance to go off on you guys, and I didn't do that. I didn't even mention your name.
Well,
I didn't even mention your name on the show.
They wouldn't allow it.
Oh, I didn't even know. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know I'm not allowed to mention it. I had a chance to go off and start saying all kinds of things about how you made me sit in the lobby and all this other crap. I didn't. I just let it go. You got to admit, you do have an influence from that guy.
Oh, see, you had the chance to say it on our show, but now you're saying it.
And who are you influenced by, Richard?
Mostly Howard. Howard Stern.
No.
Everybody's influenced by somebody.
Right.
But how do you think your radio show would sound if I played it 30 seconds at a time and had people call up and make fun of it?
No, we play the tracks as they were on the CD.
And you didn't really, you didn't like them.
It was bad. Maybe it's not my type of humor.
Even if it was like the first 2 days after the show, you still think that material would. First 2 days after the attack, no time to make it work. Just first, right out of the box, you still think it would suck.
Did you drive around L.A. with the CD in your car, thinking it was really good, and I can't wait to get it out to radio?
No, I thought.
Look at you laughing at someone that's unfunny.
And you're not the only radio station my PR people sent it to. We sent it all over. A lot of people played it. You're the only ones that took 40 minutes to tell everybody how bad it sucks because I told Howard Stern. Sorry, I can't say his name.
No. We didn't say how. We just let the material speak for itself.
Yeah, we didn't tell people to call up or anything.
Yeah, like you guys aren't screening the calls. Like you don't have the guy there going, "Oh, here's a guy who hates him. Let's put him on."
You know what? I would have to go listen to the tape again, but I don't even think we put one person on. Rich Voss we put on. That was it.
Well, but that's my point, though. Between stand-up and doing the radio, I mean, it's it's a much harder thing to do stand-up comedy than a radio show. I can't hang up on people or play noises over them.
And we
don't have sound people helping me. It's just a more difficult thing to do.
And we can't go on the air every day and say the same thing we said yesterday.
That's true.
All I'm saying is next time have a backbone.
And tell you that you suck right to your face.
Well, if that's what you thought, I don't think you thought that, though.
I didn't think that.
Until someone else was talking bad about us, and then you're like, yeah.
I wasn't, yeah. You know, you didn't even hear the show. You're getting this third hand, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're getting this third hand.
Oh, no, everyone knows we listen every day, right?
Did you hear what I said?
It got back to us. Yeah.
You didn't hear what I said?
It got back to us.
It got back to you. I could have.
In many ways than one.
I could have went off. I didn't go off at all. I spent 2 hours sitting in your lobby. I had a chance to get even with you, and I didn't take it.
Oh, because we ended up doing good radio that day. And what I'm just trying to tell you is next time...
That was fun that day. I got news for you. I thought it went well.
Okay, but all I'm trying to say is next time have a backbone, whether it's, you're not being treated right on our show or if you're on another show and you don't agree with what the host is saying, have a freaking backbone and don't worry about how it's going to affect your career.
Okay,
and
look,
you're standing with the show you're on.
Okay, but I don't have a backbone. I'm a pussy. You're not a pussy. You have a backbone.
Oh, God, I knew you were going to do that.
Next. Richard Jeni. Everybody, Richard Jeni.
Those are the times I just like to sit back and watch Opie's neurosis at work.
You enjoyed it, and you know it.
I just love sitting back and watching and going, ooh.
It's just a bunch of phonies. Bunch of phonies. What?
All right.
What? I would play the material again, but we broke the CD.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say a word. No, he's calling back. All right, let's take a break, Anthony.
All right.